Hey everybody, welcome back to Trinity Dairy. About a year ago, I made a video discussing the different breeds of dairy cows that we had on our farm. And it was just kind of a goofy, funny video. There really wasn't a whole lot of serious stuff in there. But I definitely got a lot of feedback, some good and some bad. One thing I learned is that people are fiercely loyal about their dairy breeds, but it also gave me the opportunity to learn a lot more about breeds that I really wasn't as familiar with as I thought. And another thing, we had a lot of people with questions about the breeds themselves that I just really didn't give enough specific answers to. So I thought I would revisit this a year later, kind of do more research and give more information onto it, and then also kind of go a little bit step further and offer to people who are interested in a family milk cow what breeds would probably work best in that situation. So let's get started. Now there are over 1,000 different breeds of cattle in the world, but I'm just going to discuss the main 7 that are most commonly found in the United States. Now throughout the world, there's far more cattle than just these breeds, and a lot of them have been adapted or bred to work in different climates and areas. But I'm just going to talk about the ones that we have here on the farm and kind of go from there why they work well for us. Now the milking Shorthorn originated in northeast England. The Shorthorn cow was a dual-purpose breed meant for milk and meat. But by the 20th century, the breed was separated into 2 groups, the milking Shorthorn or dairy Shorthorn and the beef Shorthorn. Now the milking Shorthorn is one of the first cows that was brought over to the United States in 1783. The reason that it was brought over was because of its ability to be good for meat, milk, and power. Milking Shorthorn are known for good calving ease and for very spunky calves. The milking Shorthorn served as the foundation for other red breeds such as the Airsure and Swedish Red. The milking Shorthorn is a mid-sized cow, so she's definitely not as big as the Holstein. The milking Shorthorn is known for being a really good grazing animal. Another reason that it was very popular with early pioneers was it was able to make milk and produce enough meat off of really poor forage. Now on Trinity Dairy, we actually no longer have any purebred milking Shorthorn, but a lot of our Jerseys that we have now can trace their bloodlines back to about 2 milking Shorthorns that we had on the farm. And I can definitely attest to their durability and longevity because the 2 cows that we had, Cynthia and Satan, they were around forever. Cynthia was over 16 years old and Satan probably just as long, so apparently she wasn't that bad. Now the milking Shorthorn is known for the red coat. It can be all red to a red roan to red and white to an almost all white coat. Behind me here you can still see some of the Shorthorn red coming through here on Jingle. Dot really wants to be on camera. Hi. Hi. The Brown Swiss originated in Switzerland. It is one of the oldest dairy breeds dating back to 4000 BC. Behind Holsteins, Brown Swiss cattle produce the 2nd largest amount of milk annually. The Brown Swiss was introduced in the United States in 1869. The Brown Swiss is known to have the lowest somatic cell count averages of all the main dairy breeds. The average weight of the Brown Swiss is 1,500 pounds. The Brown Swiss is noted for its dairy strength, its good feet and legs, and its docile temperament. Would you go away? Brown Swiss milk is really rich in high quality protein, making it an excellent milk for cheese making. The Brown Swiss's coat is typically gray to a light brown color. The Brown Swiss is known for its immense size and its ears, which are adorable. The Jersey originated from the island of Jersey off the coast of France. The Jersey cow was brought to the United States in the 1850s. With an average weight of 900 pounds, the Jersey cow produces more milk per pound of body weight than any other dairy breed. Most Jersey cows produce far in excess of 13 times their body weight in milk each lactation. Jersey cattle come in a very wide variety of color, coming all the way from a very light fawn to a dark gray, almost black. Now, Jersey cows have a very high butterfat content in their milk, one of the highest of all the dairy breeds. A Jersey bull can weigh anywhere from 1,200 to 1,800 pounds, but in our experience, a Jersey bull is by far the most aggressive. The Jersey cow is a very curious animal and really enjoys being around people. They do have an attitude though. Some people like it, some people don't. I like it. Now behind me is a red and white Holstein, or a red and white. The red and white is the most recently recognized breed, coming into the breed family in 1964. The red and white is bred for its red and white coat pattern. The red color replacing the black in the Holstein is the result of a recessive gene. Early breeders declared that any Holstein that was born with a red and white coat would not be allowed into the Holstein registry, so many farmers culled any calf born with a red and white coat. In 1970, the Holstein Association did start allowing red and white Holsteins to be registered. The red and white is obviously the same size as its black and white counterpart, and here again is a very high producer of milk. The Holstein is the most recognized dairy breed in the United States, which is understandable considering that 90% of all cows in the United States are in fact Holstein. The Holstein cow originated in what is now the Netherlands, and they were brought to the United States in 1852. A mature cow can weigh over 1,500 pounds, making it the largest of the dairy breeds. The Holstein cow is known for its outstanding milk production. Annually, the Holstein cow produces more milk than any other breed. The record for most milk produced by one cow in 1 year is held by a Holstein, who milked almost 78,000 pounds. A healthy Holstein calf can easily weigh over 90 pounds at birth. The Holstein cow is a very easygoing cow. It takes a lot to get a Holstein cow upset or worked up. Now, with the Holstein cow averaging at times over 9 gallons of milk a day, that's definitely something to consider for a family milk cow. That's a lot of milk to drink for one family. The Ayrshire cow originated in Scotland. It's known for its red and white coat, such as Tango's behind me, which can be almost all red to almost all white, and then a very wild pattern in between. They're a really beautiful cow. The Ayrshire is known for making milk from really poor forage here again. They have low somatic cell, and they're a very hardy cow. Ayrshire cows excel in udder conformation. The Ayrshire cow is often crossed with Holsteins to increase their hardiness and fertility. The Ayrshire cow is not subject to very many foot or leg problems. The Ayrshire cow has strong, vigorous calves that are very easy to raise. The Guernsey cow. We have 2 registered Guernseys on the farm. The main reason that we decided to register our Guernseys is kind of a sentimental reason. This area of Minnesota was kind of put on the map because of the Guernsey cow and the golden Guernsey milk. The Guernsey cow originated on the island of Guernsey, just off the coast of France, and very near to the island of Jersey. The Guernsey cow came to the United States in 1840. The average weight is about 1,000 pounds for a Guernsey cow. They're often called the golden Guernsey because of the yellow color of their milk. The yellow color of their milk is the result of the high beta-carotene content in their milk. The Guernsey is fawn and white in color. Guernsey milk has a very high butterfat content, here again making it great for cheese and butter. Now, I know it's a touchy subject with breeders, but the crossbreed is a very viable option for most dairy farms, especially a commercial dairy farm. You don't need to have registered cows to milk cows. Crossbreed cows have very good benefits too, and a lot of the breeds I mentioned cross together really well and improve genetic traits. The Airsure cow can really work to hardy up a Holstein. The milking Shorthorn is a great basis for many breeds too. Plus, the milking Shorthorn Holstein breed can produce a really cool blue roan patterned cow, so that's kind of cool too. Jerseys and milking Shorthorn crossbreed really well too, as well as Jerseys and Holsteins. This is going to upset people that do believe that cows should be kept purebred, but like I said, in a commercial dairy farm, you do not need to have purebred cows. There's also new breeds out there that are doing three-way crosses with Swedish Red, Montbiliard, and Holstein. It just helps widen out the gene pool to help prevent inbreeding, and it also increases fertility and helps with foot and leg health. Now the question comes down to it. Do I have a favorite breed of dairy cow? No, not really. I like them all. That's why we got them all. Why have just one breed when variety is the spice of life? Okay, so if somebody asked you what breed of cow would be the best for a family milk cow, what would you suggest?
I don't know. I would probably say Jersey, maybe Shorthorn.
Why?
Well, and I guess I shouldn't say this every breed has their higher and lower, but like a Jersey, they don't typically milk as much. If somebody's just looking for milk for their family, they don't want a lot of extra milk, especially if they're milking by hand. And the Shorthorn, we've had Shorthorns that milk really well, and we've had some that, they didn't milk as well. They milked really good for a couple months, and then they dropped down, and then they kind of plateaued there for the rest of their lactation. They're a pretty easy keeping cow, where a Holstein is going to eat way more. Obviously they will produce more, but they're also going to be more expensive to take care of than a Jersey or a Shorthorn.
Is there any breed you absolutely would not recommend?
Well, I would for a family milk cow, I'd probably shy away from the Holstein just for the reason of, what they eat and versus more milk than what you need. And I don't think I would recommend a brown Swiss to anyone. I'm sorry to any brown Swiss people out there, but no.
Why?
You got enough problems.
I'd like to know why you would have one. The ones we've had here, I'm just not convinced. Maybe we got duds. I don't know. I'm not sold on them.
I'm heartbroken at that answer.
You should know that answer before you even asked me the question.
I disagree with you.
I'm sure you do. Sure you do.
Okay, Paul, if somebody asked you what breed would you recommend for a family milk cow, which breed would you suggest?
If you're milking 1 or 1,000, I recommend Jersey all the time.
Any specific reason why?
Well, if you're doing it for a home cow, the higher components you get, if you're into making butter and cheese, you'll get more out of it that way. And the same reasons that Alan said, a little less milk than a high-powered Holstein, and they eat a lot less.
Other than his opinion on the brown Swiss, I do agree with him that for a family milk cow, I would definitely be between a Jersey or a milking Shorthorn. The Jersey, for its small size, works really well for somebody that doesn't have a lot of room for a big Holstein cow. But then if you don't even have room for a full-size Jersey, they also have miniature Jerseys that are around.
And also a big Holstein cow for somebody that's new can be intimidating.
Yeah.
Even if they are very gentle, well-mannered cow, they can be intimidating for someone who's never really dealt with cows, where a smaller Jersey is a lot. When you're actually taller than the cow by quite a bit, it makes it a little nicer if you're not used to being around cows.
Another reason that I do like Jersey is the availability. The Jersey is out there pretty much nationally in the United States. I'm not sure as far as overseas or anything else, but they're a very popular breed right behind the Holsteins. But the milking Shorthorn does have a lot of qualities for a family milk cow because, like I said, it milks really well. It's a medium statured cow, so it's bigger than the Jersey but smaller than a Holstein. It is less likely to have milk fever issues. And when you breed a milking shorthorn, you can breed it to a beef animal, and you're going to get a really good beef animal out of them. That's kind of the purpose of being a dual purpose breed, is that they're pretty good at both things. So those are probably my two choices for a family milk cow. Now, during the last video I made, it was kind of just more of goofy and fun. Now, early bleeders. Some people believe that they're actually friendlier than the other breeds. Thanks a lot for pushing on me. I'm telling people how you're friendly. No personal space at all. I have a favorite breed. Sorry, I just got snow in my eye.